Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I'm going to do a question here that I'm going to recommend a book here that that is sort of questionable. So, this will be interesting. I'll get some mixed responses from this, but you know, I'm here to serve. So this is going to fall into the guy, man category topic. If you don't like these kind of videos, if you don't like to learn how to be more of a man, or to whatever, if you don't care about girl trouble, then turn off the video. But if you do, then stay tuned. If you want to watch all the videos in this series on becoming more of a man, attracting women, all that as a programmer, check it out. I think this is valuable because I think this is something that a lot of you in my audience struggle with, and it's a valid concern. Like, this is like, some people go to drastic things in their life because they can't figure this out, and it's not that hard. You need some guidance. So anyway, if I can help you, I'm going to try. So this question is titled, "I'm awkward when in a group, what should I do?" And this question is from Dima, and he says, "Hello John, been watching your videos, and after the video about social anxiety, I thought to myself, do I have social anxiety?" If you want to know what he's talking about, I did this video on social anxiety. You can check that out. And answer was that I do have. I'm not afraid to talk to people, to be seen from embarrassing side by the person I talk to. But why do I write this? I still have this problem of talking to a person in a group. Whenever I'm 1-to-1 or 2-to-1, I'm fine. But when more people come and I'm not one of the main persons of the group, I come to a group I'm not part of, or just in a public place where there are many unknown people, I get afraid to start a conversation. This is, I believe, why I don't have a girlfriend. They always stuck to groups, and I just don't know how to approach them. So do you have any ideas about that? Hope this is a somewhat valuable question. While I was writing this message, I found that I'm actually afraid to ask questions, especially to people that have a busy life. It is because I think my questions are very silly, not urgent, but we'll be happy to see the opinion about this. So Dima, I'm going to tell you, again, this is where I'm going to recommend a book here that I didn't think I'd ever recommend on this channel, but partially because I don't necessarily condone everything, right? And again, I've talked about this before. If you want to hear me talk about this, go check out the series on becoming more of a man and attracting women that I did, and you'll hear about me saying this, that I want you, and I'm caveating this because it's important before I give you this advice, because I don't want you to just run off with this weapon, is I want you to become a better person, a better man. And what I mean by that is not necessarily by societal norms or what moral norms, what someone judges as a good man, but as growth for yourself. Because I don't want you to have crutches that you use. I don't want you to have buffers against rejection. I want you to develop true confidence, right? And that is difficult, right? I'm still working on that, right? That's going to be a continual growth process, and that's really critical to become the kind of person that you want to become, not to rely on shortcuts to get what you want. Now, I've said that because I'm going to give you something that some people use as a shortcut to get what they want, and it may work for them, but I think that you can utilize some of the psychology in this, and I'm only recommending this because it exactly talks to the problem that you have, and rather than me trying to do like a 2-hour video explaining this book is going to basically give you the psychology, which is very sound, that's going to work. And again, before I give this book recommendation, which I, again, never thought I would do this on this channel. Oh, my Pomodoro timer, okay, start a new Pomodoro. I'm tracking everything now because it's awesome. So anyway, before I get into that, let's talk a little bit about, so I'm familiar, of course, I wouldn't be doing these videos, I wouldn't be doing a survey, I couldn't coach guys and coach on life and psychology if I wasn't well read in sort of all of these areas. So I'm familiar with the PUA or pickup artist community. Don't identify necessarily with it. I think that a lot of what they have figured out is valuable. Sometimes it's abused. Sometimes I don't have like a negative or positive, right, to that. I'm not going to recommend it. I'm not going to discredit it, right? I'm just going to say it's there. And you should probably be aware of the psychology behind that, right? Because it's important, right? Because it exists, right? You don't have to necessarily embrace it, right? But and you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree with the community, and you can. But it's something to know. But don't rely on this. Okay. So anyway, I'm aware of this stuff. I know the terms. I know all the these things, right? So I'm versed in it. So some of you are like, oh, I knew it. I knew John knew that stuff. And some of you are like, what the hell is he talking about? Regardless, if you look at this book, you'll know what I'm talking about, which is this book. You can check it out here. It's called The Mystery Method. Now, again, skeptical or not skeptical, controversial book by far. I realize this, right? I wouldn't recommend this book in general, but in this specific case, I think this is going to help you a lot, especially the first few chapters of the book about approaches and approaching what's called sets, which is a multiple group of people that you don't know, and how to do that. It's going to give you some canned things that you can come up with so you know what to say, and some ways to approach that, and some techniques, some good psychology. You can discover all this stuff on your own, and to some degree I'm giving you this as sort of a tool. The only reason why I'm recommending it is because it explains a little bit of the psychology behind it, gives you some tools that you can use, but then you have to go out on your own and figure this out. And it's always trial by fire, right? If you want to figure out these things, and you want to develop true confidence, it's got to be trial by fire, right? I mean, you got to test yourself. One good thing to do is just whenever you're in an elevator, just start talking to the person in the elevator, right? Again, this is not the group dynamic, but if there's a group of people, you can make a joke, you can say a thing about the music in the elevator, whatever it is. Just push yourself to do this all the time. And what you're going to have to do if you want to overcome this is, again, that book maybe will help you to get some of the technique and some of the understanding and some of the confidence, but you're just going to have to go out there and you're just going to have to say, hey, what's up? And just play it cool and just go and talk to these groups of people and see that nothing bad is going to happen to you, right? Most of the time, it's going to be cool. And a lot of times you're going to get shot down, but you're going to develop the social dynamic. You're going to develop this skill set, but you're going to have to do it. And like you said, right? I think you said this is part of the reason why you don't have a girlfriend. Perhaps, I think that it would help you a lot if you could just go up to a group of people, right? If you're like, well, I would talk to a girl, but I would talk to her by herself. Okay, that I will give you commendation for that, because most guys won't do that, right? But that's not going to get you what you. There's in social situations, you're going to find that girls group together, partially for protection, partially because the ones you're interested in are not going to be solo very often. Sometimes when they're on their own, you're going to appear a little bit creepy. It's going to be a little bit weird to your guy, right? So you're going to find yourself that 90% of the situations where you want to talk to some girl, it's not going to be enough to just have the confidence to just go talk to a girl sitting by herself or something like that. That's hard. 90% of guys can't even do that. But and here's, I'll give you an example, right? So take a look at this video I did on the beach where I demonstrated this, where I just went up and just, and then I talked about this, and I just talked to 3 girls that were there just to show you guys how it's done, right? Or that it's possible, that it's not that difficult. Anyway, that'll probably help you as well. I'm kind of rambling here, but the point is this: you're just going to have to go out and try this and do this, and that's if you want this bad. The question is, how bad do you want this, right? And I guarantee you, if you put in the practice, if you're like, okay, I'm just going to go and I'm going to talk to groups of people. Again, in that anxiety, overcoming social anxiety video, I was just talking about talking to single people, one-on-one, and it seems like you're okay with that, right? But a group is much more intimidating, and I agree, it is. But hey, time to level up our game here, right? No pun intended those of you that got that, but you're going to have to level it up. You're going to have to level up those skills. And so that means that you're going to have to just talk to groups of people. And that's probably actually the hardest thing. What you're trying to accomplish right now, I guarantee you this is the hardest thing. I still have trouble with this sometimes. I have to kind of like psych myself up and say, okay, I'm going to talk to this group of people, and then I do it, right? But if you if you don't if you don't do this, it's never going to fix itself. You're never going to cure it by not overcoming this, by not doing this. So, but yeah, go out there and do it, right? That's best advice. Again, the book is probably going to help you. Again, I could go into like all the psychology and details of it, but I don't think I need to really repeat what you're going to find in a book like that. Again, shocked that I'm recommending this book, but I can't not hear your exact problem and then know that there is a solution out there and not give it to you, whether I agree or disagree with it or not, right? It's like, it's your medicine. You decide whether you want to take it. You want the side effects or not, you take it, but you gave me the symptoms and I'm giving you the cure. So anyway, report back. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know how this works for you, and let's see if you can get this done. Level up, man. Level up. All right. Anyway, if you like this video, if you want more videos like this, subscribe, leave a comment below, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.